I'm David King.
And I'm Fred Sobrit.
And welcome to Keeping It Real. I want to apologize last week because of weather conditions. We didn't do a show last week. We do apologize. And I also want to apologize for not doing our pre-show on Facebook Live. We were kind of busy, but next week there will be a pre-show on Facebook Live.
Most definitely.
But today, we're going to have fun today, guys. We're going to talk about comedy. And I wanted to introduce our, you know what? Freddie says you don't talk, and this is a weekend thing. Introduce our guest.
Folks, we got Kevin Dolan, who's a local comedian straight out of Bridgeport.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. When I came into the studio, you told me that one of the talk show hosts doesn't really talk. So that kind of scares me a little bit, but that's okay. I got this awesome, background next to me, which is like I'm right on top of a building, which is kind of awesome. We actually are, guys, right on top of a building. This is a big budget place right here. I ain't kidding you. I'm not kidding you. We can't make this up live in the studio.
Folks, that's the thing about comedy, and like our guest said before the show, you gotta laugh with life. If you don't find humor out of life, you'll roll around or walk around miserable, and try to roll around because not all of us are walking. So therefore, I wanted to integrate that part into the show.
That's the key. The thing is, you gotta find humor in everything.
Most definitely.
And you can find it, like I said, but you just gotta.
The fact you have a woman on your shirt today.
What's the matter?
You got a woman on your shirt. You brought her on.
That's Betty Davis. My people. See, it takes a while, but I even got the joke. Because most women don't come on my chest, so they're right here. Though. Betty came out wrong.
Betty Crocker?
No, Betty Davis, not Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker is here. Betty Davis is here. That's it. Now he's lost it. Poor soul.
Freddie's gonna bust his spleen live on TV.
Cut me off the air. We're done.
Freddie's gonna bust his one right on the screen.
What's kind of funny or scary is he's really, and he's not even drunk. That's just Freddie.
He's just creepy.
He's just creepy. When he laughs like that, it's a little,
He's a free spirit.
Is that what we call him? He's a free spirit. Okay.
Free spirit, really?
It runs in the family.
All right, you guys. This show's already gone off the damn rails, and it's 7:00. What is it? 7:03.
It got cut straight, cut.
But what I want to ask you is, how did you even get started with doing comedy and stuff?
When I was in show business for about 27 years. Actually, that's how I made my living, and then we had some family issues that took me out of the business. And it got to a point about 3 or 4 years ago where I needed to do something creative. And the fantastic Brad Axelrod, who runs Treehouse Comedy, put up a thing for an audition piece where you can go and do 5 minutes of comedy and see if you were any good. And I started doing it, like I said, about 3 or 4 years ago, and I haven't stopped. And one of the reasons is I don't have good health insurance. And it's easier for me to do this than to actually try and find a psychiatrist who will pay for my crappy insurance. So, once again, laugh and the world laughs with you. Cry and you look like crap.
So did you do comedy like when you were in school, when you were a kid, or is it?
I wasn't terribly funny in school because I went to 14 years of Catholic school.
Okay.
Which is in and of itself.
Well, Freddie, you know more about that than me.
Did you go to Catholic school?
No, I'm Catholic, but I didn't go to Catholic.
Yeah, Catholic school it's a nightmare. People think it's just a bunch of joke. Well, and apparently your mom let that lapse, from what I understand, right?
Free spirit.
She's a free spirit. Okay. This is what they're telling me, folks. Never met the woman. I'm sure she's delightful.
She is delightful.
If she's watching, she's delightful. Hi, Mom.
Fred's the one who told us about this.
You might want to have a conversation with him later, just so you're aware. And then you could text me, and I'll let you in on some of the other stuff. But no, I did 14 years of Catholic school, and you really don't laugh a lot in Catholic school because, the nuns will kill you, and that's kind of what happens. So, but that gives you a wealth of material.
Nice. So. Fred, Rudolph, do you have anything to ask our guest tonight?
Yeah, what's it like being on stage doing comedy?
The first time you're on stage doing comedy is terrifying because you may be able to. They used to give you like 5 minutes, and that's awesome. And you think 5 minutes goes by like that. When you get up on that stage for the first time, those 5 minutes
Feel like
forever.
ever. Yes,
Especially if you get a group in front of you who do not think you're funny at all. That 5 minutes
Is eternity.
Is eternity. There's a great comic here in town. Jackson, his name is, and he might
Yes,
be
I know
watching.
Jackson. Actually.
You know Jackson.
I know
Jackson used to run these fantastic shows over at the pizza place.
I have to get Jackson on the show now.
Yeah, he would definitely want to do this. What was the pizza place?
I forgot the name of the pizza.
Was
it
it
next
Two
to the
Boots,
Bijou?
was it?
It was a bar.
It wasn't
Yeah.
Two Boots, was it?
No,
Two Boots. It was Two Boots. You're absolutely
there
correct.
were 2 booths, and then there was another one.
What I used to do is 2 boot
Probably.
shows. He was nice enough to give me 10 minutes, my second time on stage, in front of his audience. And the fat white gay guy really didn't translate well with his audience, but there were these 2 ladies in the corner laughing their butts off at everything I said. And it was those 2 ladies that you will perform for because you've connected with
Exactly.
somebody.
Yeah,
And you know what? Sometimes you are off. Sometimes you have a bad night. Sometimes it's all the audience's fault. And I'd like to pretend that it usually is. But sometimes, when you get off stage, whoa, I stunk up the joint.
Oh, most definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's anything entertainment-wise. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I do music, and Freddie, you do poetry.
Well, I write a book, so.
And you do poetry. And, like, when
Yeah.
you stand up in front of a bunch of people, you may get 3 people that like what you're doing, and
Yeah.
the rest don't. But like you said, those are the people you perform for. And like you said, you can have a 5-minute segment, even doing music or just doing poetry. But
Right.
that 5 minutes feels like, especially when
Right.
it's your first time, feels like forever because you're not even comfortable. Even just take it even here, being here live on TV.
Oh,
as you
yeah.
do
I
every
always
week.
get nervous right before we go
Well,
on.
besides that, I mean, I'm a little comfortable now. But I mean, you imagine when we first did it, or when I first
Oh,
ever did,
yeah.
even a tape show when we were taped, just to do that, even though you were taped, and nobody could
Yeah.
comment. Just to know that you're talking and that when this goes online, people are going to say, oh, I'm going to look like a fool.
Sure.
So to do that 30 minutes, it's
Oh, yeah.
like forever.
Well, the
Just-
other thing that you got to remember is you can't be afraid to look like a fool.
Exactly.
You can't be afraid of
you
it
have to get
because
comfortable with
sometimes you just are.
Right.
Sometimes you get up on stage and it just,
and that's
you're
one
an
thing.
idiot and it's okay.
Right.
You know?
And anything you do at home, I always tell my viewers, whatever you do, you got to be okay with, okay, today it didn't go well, but tomorrow's another
Right.
day, and just got to go forward. Not everything you do every day is going to be as good as
Correct.
it was yesterday.
Right.
Like every show we do, it's probably not everybody's best show, favorite show.
Except for this one. This one is stellar. This is
Yeah,
probably
you know,
your very
but
best.
But it's that not everything is not every show for us is as good as the other
Right.
this show, that show. But as long as okay, I gave my all, I did my best, and
Sure.
if I get some people that like it, great. If
Right.
nobody like it, okay. I'm trying to.
I mean, I always get nervous when I read my new stuff or I give stuff out and be like, okay, they're going to like it or they're not going to like it. What's going to happen? That kind
But the fact of the matter is, and anybody who's either starting out in comedy or been with it for many, many years, the fact that you actually get up on stage and you're willing to do that for any length of period of time
Yeah.
is a feat of incredible strength. Because many people wouldn't do that. Many people would go, oh, I'd like to try that. But then if they got up on stage, they could become easily overwhelmed.
I mean, Dave, you say all the time, like, we get on TV every week and we talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And the amount of
Well, when
stuff
I was
it takes to do that
Sure.
is
It does. It takes a lot of
astronomical.
courage.
when I did theater for many years, and I mean I did bad things on theater where I screwed up. I've fallen off stages.
Oh wow!
I've got knocked out on stage, whether it's a
How
two.
did that happen?
How did I fall off the
No,
stage?
how do you get
No,
knocked
how'd you
out?
get knocked out?
You were doing a.
Did you get in a fight?
No,
you
we-
got in a fight, right?
No, I didn't get a. Sure, we'll say we'll get in a fight. Sure, I did a movie. I was doing a show called Mousetrap. It's an Agatha Christie murder mystery.
Okay.
It's a 2-person play.
And you were in the
And
mouse.
I'm standing. No, I wasn't the mouse. Yes, that's right. I'm the big fat rat. Oh, we have a call.
call.
How do you answer it?
How do you answer?
The green button.
The green button.
Hello.
Hi. I'd like to speak to the guys on Keeping It Real.
That's us.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil. Is this Phil Hall?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Phil. It's Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, I just turned on. It's a big surprise to see you.
How's it going? He's fantastic. Phil Hall is a fantastic writer. He has also been he's done comedy movies. How many years have you been doing comedy movies, Phil?
I've been acting for since 2003, so I've done about 20 films over the past 13 years.
He's
Nice.
fantastic, and he's a very
Nice.
good writer. He's one of the.
Phil,
he's
you
one of
also
the,
have your own radio show, right?
Well, I had been on. Actually, you're the first guy to know this. I had been on a radio show here in Connecticut. I left the show for a variety of reasons, but I'm going to be starting a new show this fall, the online movie show, which Kevin actually had guested on.
Yes.
It was on the old station. It's going to be coming back. I'm recording it at a different studio, and you're the very first people to know this.
Phil is.
Very
Thank you.
Phil,
Very, very
I'm
cool.
going to put you in touch with these guys as well because I think this will be a good feeling for you too. I think they'd love to have you on here.
Well,
Well, actually, I'm connected with these guys on Facebook. They were supposed to be call-in guests on that
Yeah.
other show I used to be on. I don't
Yeah,
know if
remember?
they're still going to be doing it, but I love keeping it real. Whenever I get the chance to see you guys, I love watching the program.
Well, we appreciate you calling in like this and, watching
and
every episode.
yes, we
do.
are still planning to call in and do the
Either a radio interview.
yes, the radio interview. Thank you.
These two are fantastic. I mean, what I like, Phil, and what a lot of people, I'm sure you have your regular audience, but if you're tuning in because I put it up on Facebook, whatever the case may be, these guys worked very hard to get here and to do what they do. And it's
We
not
tried.
exactly easy. So
Definitely not.
it's everybody should give them, both a metaphorical round of applause and also a physical one because they're doing a great job. So
They had
We
the
try.
best show on the TV today. I really enjoy watching it. The interviews are very interesting. Both Fred and David do a great job covering their topics, keeping the conversation flowing. I don't want to hijack your show, but I just wanted to call and say hi. I was changing channels, and lo and behold, I know these guys. So I wanted to call and say hello and just to say, Kevin, I love the work you're doing, and
Thank you.
Dave, I love the work you're doing.
thanks a
you.
lot, Phil. You're awesome.
Excellent. Okay, get back to the show.
All right, have a
All
good
right.
day.
Thank you
Bye.
for calling in.
The red button hangs
Yeah.
it up, Fred.
Phil-
If you didn't know.
Thank you. Red button. Thank you.
I hit the red button.
You hit the red button.
Okay. You know how they
Don't
don't
hit
say
the red button.
you know how
Don't
they
hit
say
the red
hit
button. Don't
but
hit the red button.
Today you hit the red button.
Yeah, that's right. There are some people in the world we don't want to have the red button. We are not going to get political, but
Yes,
there's
we're
some
not-
people
I'm not
who
even gonna
don't
go
want
there.
red buttons.
We're not gonna go there.
No, we're
Right,
not.
right.
No, we're not.
There's some
But no,
people
like I said,
in
was-
government that should hit the red button, but they do it anyway.
so I was on. Whoops.
The IRS comes in.
3 second delay. 3 second delay. But no, I was on stage and I was doing this 2-person play, and I'm having a fight with my wife at the time. She slaps me.
That explains the knockout.
That is right. So she slaps me, and my head goes back, and I hit into a wall sconce, and I'm out. And I'm out for 15 minutes with a 2-person play. There is no coming back from that. There is no coming back from that.
I guess not. I mean, I don't know.
No.
I've
But
I've never been married, and I'm not. I guess I'm not.
Yeah.
good.
Thank God. Well,
Who
no,
you saw?
neither was
He
I.
said thank God.
This was just on stage. Yeah, because my people can marry now, but we couldn't back then. So yeah, But no, and then I woke up with the girl going, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." That's what I heard reverberating. in
Yeah,
my ear.
it's a funny thing you mentioned acting. You know, I besides doing music and this, that's something as Fred knows. I always want to try to get involved next.
And me as well.
Is acting, and now even talking to you today, even comedy.
Yeah.
I love entertainment.
You could do comedy, man. I tell everybody, folks, if he wasn't a talk show host, he could do comedy.
Why? Because my legs don't work like they used to.
I don't know though. Sometimes
but
I
you
think
have a
it's little
very
sketchy.
funny
I think
personality.
he's using it as a prop. I don't want to say anything. I saw him going up and getting a soda before, but I don't want to say anything.
What?
Just kidding. No, I'm sure you're wheeling around here just fine.
Guess
He's
so.
awesome.
As long as I don't run out of gas.
He's got his he's got a Captain America shield on the back of his chair. I mean, come on, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's flying down the street. And
He gets compliments on the street, folks. He gets compliments
with
straight
the
on the
Captain
street.
America shield.
That
on the
is
back of your
awesome.
chair.
So now he's been holding up his end of the conversation. You have anything else you want to add?
Not really, because you don't talk. It's like, This is
Have
that
you
part
ever
of the
been-
show he's asked all his questions that he was going to ask,
Right,
which was only one question.
Right.
I think you might have another one.
Okay, let's see.
Hold on. Let's watch and see, shall we? Yeah.
Have you ever been heckled?
Yes.
How bad?
Bad. I won't. I can't because this is a family show.
We would be after hours, David.
There were a lot of expletives hurling at me. It's a testament to whether or not you can get back from it. In this case, I came back a little bit. It was when I first started, but it was not good, and it does rattle you. You have to pretend that it doesn't, and you have to pretend like it doesn't bother you, and you will get to that point where it doesn't bother you. But the other thing is you got to be able to have something in your belt to fire back. There was this one time, this gentleman was yelling out to me. This is a separate time. I was talking about marriage in general, and he said, "Well, can't you people get married now?" And I said, "You people?" I said, "Do you mean the fat?" And he goes, "No." I mean, "You mean the Irish?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Do you mean the fat Irish?" "No, you know what I mean." But the fact of the matter is you turned it down. You turned it back at him.
Right.
And you just stared him down, and he sat his ass back down.
Right.
Sat his butt back down. Because he beep. Yeah.
I mean, exactly. I mean, sometimes you gotta like take it and then
Yeah.
be able to flip it
Right.
Yeah.
on
You
the
got to be willing
spot.
to
You know,
try.
it's like that. You know,
Yeah.
I may be talking about something, but then the person may say something. Well, okay, that was funny, and okay, so let's see if I could roll with that.
There are two people that I think do really well at that. Pat Oates, who's a very funny guy, and Artie Robb. Artie Robb, I think, is probably one of the best I've ever seen being able to turn an audience back around. He's fantastic. He's also one of my favorite people in general. But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How did your friends and your family take with you being a comedian? They like it, or do you come to like Thanksgiving dinner like, oh, you know what's about to happen to that turkey?
You go to your next gig and you got a full wealth of material.
Well, no, it's like,
Well, here's the
sometimes
thing.
family is like, sometimes family, you think that family would be your best audience, but sometimes family don't, because you come to the house and you're cracking a joke about everything when they're serious.
Right.
And you live that life. You're a comedian, so everything to you is some humor in something.
Well, and the thing is, like, I do a lot of observational humor, and anybody whoever follows me on Facebook, my mom is a great source of comedy. Only she doesn't realize that she's funny, because the stuff she does, you think is like a bit, but it's really not. She's had a lot of challenges in her life, and she's had a lot of psychological issues that she's handled, but she doesn't have a filter. So she says pretty much what she wants at all times, which could usually get us thrown out of anywhere from ShopRite to the bank, and it's okay. But she doesn't come to the shows because she knows sometimes I talk about her. And she goes, like she'll say, "Are you going to be talking about me at all at this show?" So she goes, "I think I'm going to pass." I'm like, "That's good, because I think today is a real tough day, and you're going to be a subject matter throughout." But then I have some friends who think that they're very, very funny. So they go, "I got this great joke for you."
Why did the chicken cross the road?
And or something like that. And you put your face on, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's funny. That's funny." And you're like, "Well, that's not funny." But you're going, "Thanks a lot for participating. Here's your door prize." But no, they're my friends are immensely supportive. I have a bunch of people that usually follow me around, and they're fantastic for me, because it's good to have people who laugh, and they laugh at you all the time. It gives you sort of a boost, as opposed to crickets in the audience.
Oh, most definitely. I feel the same way. Like, and I asked that question because, even for me, and I told this to Fred, I don't, maybe I don't have a huge fan base, but for people between Facebook and my friends who do support me, those are the ones, like we said before, are what I do this show for, my little music tapes for.
Yeah.
or who I do it for, and they enjoy it, which brings me joy. It keeps me going to do what I do and everything that I do. And Fred here, not only being co-host partner, being a friend since we were kids, it's a part of that.
Right.
And let me tell you something, sometimes for us, it ain't all just getting along, so we're not always smiling. No. Sometimes we're fighting, sometimes we hate each other, sometimes we can't stand each other. Right. And then sometimes we do get along, but here we are.
Well, you make a good point, though. But you put all that aside because you've got a show to do.
Right.
When you do, because I've done bad movies and bad TV and bad theater, and you're sometimes stuck with people where you're like, how did you even get here? But you smile and you nod and you get through it because the bigger picture is much more important. When you get on that stage, whether you're doing music or you're reading poetry or you're doing comedy, you connect with that one person. And it makes your night. You could have a crap night or a crap day with your real life job because, incidentally, even though these guys are famous, everybody's got a real life job.
Thank you.
Everybody's got a real life job.
Amen.
Because everybody's got a 9 to 5, folks.
Because you get those envelopes with the little crinkly windows that are always asking for money. So you need to be able to pay them, or they get really upset.
Most definitely.
But you could have a horrible day. But then if you go to an open mic or if you have a show that night, life turns around for you because you get that one laugh or you get that one round of applause or you get that one person who stops you when you get off the stage. I will see you all the time and I think you're a riot.
Well, we get that
so
every week or so because we got.
He's a show off.
And then we like what you're doing and stuff like that. That makes us feel better.
Absolutely.
Your music, you get people saying all the time, I like your mixtape.
Well, some people
out, folks, by the way.
But we get some people that takes it a little too far and want to start a war. But more importantly, it's like, for me, it's like, it could be a random thing. I could, like he said, you could have a bad day and I can get a person to be like, hey, I was flipping the TV. I seen you on TV and I was watching it and you do a great job, and they never seen the channel. They never seen the show. They saw me that time, and now they're watching all the time. But that makes you feel good in general. That they watch the show, they like what you do, and that makes your day. And going back what you guys said, you said about just doing the show. I mean, me and Fred, we do the show. We spend a lot of time together, and as friends, as partners, you got to learn to love each other, to hate each other, to work together because. If you're always smiling, then you're putting on a front. If you always hate each other, you can't ever coexist. Right. So there has to be a chemical balance back and forth to really make a good chemistry.
Right.
Yeah, no relationship is ever all happy.
And I don't feel that you could be the same. It takes two different personalities to make one show because the combustible elements make the show. It's like if all the Avengers were the same, if everybody was Captain America,
if everybody was
then
the
it
same,
wouldn't be it wouldn't be in a good Avenger movie because everybody has the same
That's
power.
True.
And what makes it a great movie is because you have Iron Man who don't like the Hulk, you have the Hulk who don't like Thor, but they all do different things. But together they are a team and they work good together. And that's what Freddie, you, myself bring. When we do this every week, you having your big ears, me having the power of chair. Yes, I said he had big ears on TV.
Yes, folks. I have big ears.
Listen,
we can all know Dumbo can fly.
No, listen. I was in a restaurant in New York, and you can ask people. I swear to God, I walked into the restaurant. There were 3 people in the restaurant. In my party. The hostess looks at me and she goes, "You have Buddha ears." She did not, and if you look at me straight on, you'll see that I look like those large statues with the, and it's true. I can't say that it isn't, but I don't know if being a hostess is really your thing, if that's the one thing that you notice, and you feel the need to share it. But yes, that's true, and you'll get over it. But my ears are worse than yours.
But I mean, but yes, overall, I mean, that's.
He did fly up here to the top of that building. Yeah. That's how he got here, but that's okay.
I mean, Fred, that's your business. I'd take the elevator. I don't like height, so I stay on the ground.
So that's why you stay here.
Exactly, but
he's all CGI'd, folks. He's in another studio.
He's computer at a time.
I was thinking more R2D2.
Oh, I see. Well, nice.
But okay.
Nice.
I was thinking more R2D2.
Boom, boom. He's here all week, folks. Try the veal.
I'm here till
Thursday. You could be the tall gold thing.
C3PO.
Yeah, C3PO.
Right?
C, I don't know. You got the
that's
C for
human
last name.
cyborg
Well,
relations.
I mean, Fred, think about it. You know, CP3, you're Silver the Third.
I mean, yeah, that works.
They've lost control of the show. They've lost control of the show.
But I mean, you know, it's that makes the show, and you know, I wouldn't want another co-host partner than Fred because our chemistry on and off camera is phenomenal. But also, Fred, since you talked more this week, by the way.
Yeah.
So since we're on a roll with that, you want to
Right.
remind people about where they can watch this show and other shows at,
You can
Watch this episode, funny as heck.
and other episodes.
Other episodes on our YouTube channel by typing in "Keeping It Real with David King."
Oh.
We also have a Twitter channel with 13 Keeping It Real with R sound with it. We have a Facebook, Keeping It Real TV, and we have a Snapchat, KIR up close, and I think that's it.
Is that it? Positive?
Good.
Okay. Well, yes, you can give us your comments, your thoughts, and tell us what you like about the show, what you don't like
and
about the
Instagram.
show.
Sorry about that.
And we have an Instagram page. But yes, you can tell us what you like about the shows, what you don't like about the shows, what you want to see more of or less of. You know, but like I always say every week, we couldn't do it without you guys
can't.
that make our show and all our guests that come on the show. We couldn't do it without
Including
you guys
Kevin
as well.
over.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You guys
thank
are
for
awesome.
coming on.
I would come back.
Oh, definitely. We would love to have you back. So, I mean, Freddie, any more questions you have? I put you on the spot today because you have a
put
week
me on
with
the
it.
spot
Hey,
today?
but you don't have the plaid shirt. You know, on Facebook Live, people
plaid
know
shirt.
that every
Yes,
week
I
you wear a
don't have
plaid
the plaid
shirt.
shirt.
You know, Patrick loves your plaid shirt.
I will have the plaid shirt just for you, Dave.
You know,
When we started going
my
live.
friend
What's
Patrick.
going on? What is going on?
My friend Patrick loves your plaid shirt.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay.
I mean, Kevin, I like your shirt too.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate
I'm
it.
glad she could come and join us.
I'm
as well.
glad Betty appreciates it. Betty appreciates it. We're getting a look.
Okay.
I guess we're getting a,
No, yeah, we're not kicked off yet.
Okay.
But, I mean, go on. You want to talk?
No, it's fine. I just didn't know what was going on. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
A lot of stuff going on. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's that. We're having fun tonight. It's a comedy show tonight.
Right,
We're
yeah.
having a good time tonight.
No, it's funny because I didn't realize even that you guys, there was a studio like this even in town, which is really awesome to me.
Yeah.
Because I never knew where a lot of the public access stuff comes out of. And I think it's awesome. It's a state-of-the-art studio, and there's great people that work here for you. So it's a good place to have people who enjoy any sort of artistry, whether it be actors or comedians or musicians. It's a great place for them to show you what they do. So you guys are doing a great service,
Well, thank you. I mean, you know, we are coming close to the end of our night here tonight. Any things you want to say? Anybody here before we go out tonight?
Kevin.
Okay. No, I appreciate you guys having me on here. You run a good show. You guys are freaking hysterical on just by yourselves. You're hysterical. You don't need much from me. But if you do like me,
That's what happens when you're the Thriller and Vanilla.
actually that's what they call me. They call me the vanilla teddy bear. VTB. That's what they call me.
All right,
Thriller and
VTV.
vanilla. That's it.
That's
yeah. There we go, VTB. But no, if you guys want to check me out, I'm on Facebook and Twitter at Kev's Just Saying. So, you know, if you feel like talking to me or not, it's okay too. Yeah, so it was a pleasure.
What about you, Fred? I mean,
laugh at life, because if you don't,
And the fact of the matter is, look, none of us get out of this unscathed, so you really got to laugh. You just do.
like the fact that I went to a glass door, that's a whole nother story.
What, like today?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, that really blows if it was today.
No, not today.
Okay. But you're here, which would have been a good story.
Oh, well,
You could have said you went through a glass door, but I'm still here.
Yes, I
There
enjoy
you-
it for now.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, in general, anything you do in life, you gotta laugh. I mean, not everything in life is always fun, but there's always, like you said, there's always humor in something, and you gotta.
Don't be
find-
afraid to laugh. Don't be
Exactly.
afraid to laugh. People go, you shouldn't laugh
You know,
at
if
that.
more people in the world would laugh instead of being mad at each other, the world would be a better place.
Life would be an entirely different situation.
Most definitely, but not everybody that feels like that, aka the terrorists. But they don't laugh; they just blow the joint.
Ooh, we're not driving down that road. We're not driving down that road.
Exactly. But with that said, we're getting out of here. I'm David King.
I'm Fred Silver.
I'm Kevin Dolan. Thanks a lot.
And thanks for watching and have a good night.
Woohoo! See you later, guys. Does that go off then?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that was a riot, guys.
So.